Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Nasdaq and SPX price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. So for our quick daily update, we have for Nasdaq a potential completed leading diagonal in 1, 2 and then 3, 4 and a 5. Finished over there exactly in our precise box here and precise fib level exactly between the 1-to-1 fib level 1.05 here in very high precision. Basically, we have an A, a B, and a C towards the upside. For a wave 2, might still be unfolding the wave 2 here. And then looking for further drop towards the downside. And that means, of course, whether you are in an A, B, and a C, which is 30 to 40%, but 50 to 60%, it is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. ABC because leading diagonal is very less or not so much likely to have a leading diagonal in ABC, but it can be like 40%, but higher percentage that of course a wave 1 might be much more as a leading diagonal, wave 3, 4 and a 5 toward the downside, meaning you are probably here continuing the trend of an A, B and a C expanding flat where we have hit the 1.23 fib level for Nasdaq. In case that we are still impulsive toward the upside here, you are as well, don't forget, in the wave 2 here, potentially for a 1-2 after having, of course, several 1-2s. Now, basically, if this is gonna happen, of course, you want to see a little bit longer move toward the upside, meaning the key levels here. I'm gonna remove all of that. The key level here is the 1-to-1 fib level. So if we take the 1-to-1 fib level there and we overshoot it, meaning we move for higher than the 1-to-1 fib levels, this is of course start to be a little bit much more possibility for an impulse, right, as a wave 1, 2 and then 3, 4, 5 continuation toward the upside. Therefore, let's watch exactly this key level, and I would say you have to break it decisively. Okay, so you have to get out of it. Somehow this is gonna be confirmation for higher, let's say around 23k 821, meaning you want to be closer to the 1.27 1.618, and therefore of course considering this as a 3, 4 and a 5, probably 1, 2, and then moving toward the upside massively for a wave 3 toward the upside. So these are the possibilities for Nasdaq, and for the US 500. We have not a leading diagonal. Actually, we have different form here toward the downside, which is of course an impulse, a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Finishing, of course, is this a potential wave 5 as 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably you have here 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 ending diagonal. You're finishing a wave 2 and then moving toward the downside. So this here can be, of course, an ending diagonal for this impulse towards lower prices. For the bullish here, if you are bullish, of course, as well, you can be, of course, in a bullish scenario where you have probably here triple 1-2s or even more, but it can be like 1, 2, 1, 2, and probably here a big 1, 2, and then moving for a wave 3, 4, and a 5, or it can be even 1, 2, 1, 2, wave 3, 4, and a 5, 4, and a 5. Now, how can we know that this is a corrective and not something impulsive? Well, basically, if you want to count this here as an A, B, and a C, this is kind of a running flat right now and can be considered kind of like an ending diagonal for an A, B, C. This is your bullish scenario in case, of course, you move for higher. However, in this case, you have to consider it as a wave 4. Right, so you have 1, 2, 1, 2, wave 3, wave 4, and a 5, 4, and a 5. However, your wave 3 here is not looking nice, right? It looks like a zigzag, 3 ways, which kind of invalidates this impulse towards the upside. Because again, if you are in a 1, 2, 1, 2, wave is 3 here, and this is your wave 4 as an expanding flat, well, how can I count this, right, as a wave 3? Because very obvious impulse, right? Therefore, possibility gets a little bit lower here. Higher possibility can be, of course, a wave 2, but a very shallow wave 2 here as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, a leading diagonal. And then, of course, having wave 2, which is very shallow, and basically it did not reach even the 0.38. So wave 2. Yeah, so very far possibility, I would say. Yeah, highest possibility here that you are in the fib levels for a wave B here in a W, X, and a Y. This is fitting perfectly because this looks like an ABC perfectly. This is another ABC matching perfectly with an X in between. After 3 waves down aggressive, you might see here a leading diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Yep, so these are the possibilities for US 500 as well, and as well Nasdaq. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and have a nice day. Bye bye.